Tonight I'm going to cover some reasons for why it is important to sign up for meeting roles. The most important reason right off the bat is kind of obvious, and that is we do not want guests to show up to an empty room, and meetings cannot be completed by one person. You might be wondering who is responsible for filling meeting roles. According to Toastmasters, that responsibility falls to the VP of Education, which for this year is moi. You might also wonder, are there different ways that clubs fill roles? And the answer to that question is yes. There are generally two different ways or a variation of those two different ways. For some clubs, the VP of E will actually assign everybody a role for each meeting, or what sometimes is called being voluntold. For helmsmen and other clubs, we opt to have everybody volunteer on their own. We send out a checklist that has all the roles for each meeting, and we encourage you to sign up for a role. However, we often find that those roles don't get filled until just a few days before, or the day before, or the day of the meeting. And that is very stressful for a lot of people. I wonder, what holds people back from volunteering for roles? And I've come up with a few reasons. One of the biggest reasons, hold on, something just popped up I didn't mean. Okay, there we go. Many people are intimidated by long-standing Toastmasters who appear to be able to hold the meeting roles with relatively few glitches or hiccups. Obviously, tonight my speech is not one of those. We sometimes call them superstars, and nobody feels they can live up to how a superstar does it. However, in addition to that, people are also fearful of taking on something new. They might have stage fright, or they might be worried about who's wondering who's doing their role and having all eyes on them when they're trying to accomplish something. Or they might be worried in the back of their head that they are perceiving they are going to be humiliated, that people might be chatting silently back and forth to each other and laughing at them behind their back or talking about them after the meeting. I'm here to tell you that's not how Toastmasters works. But the ultimate fear that holds so many people back is making an epic mistake that lives as a legacy for the club and is a story that's told repeatedly for decades. Oftentimes, this holds people back from signing up for meetings. You might be wondering, how did superstars get to the point they're at with the confidence to hold those roles? Well, let me share a little bit of information with you. Those superstars still sweat every time they hold a meeting role, but they have learned a few tips, and I will share them with you. First, they've learned that signing up early gives them prep time. There's 2 weeks between meetings. If you sign up tonight for the meeting in 2 weeks, that gives you 2 weeks to prepare. Second, they've also learned that mentors and other club members are always happy to help through the preparation time or even to co-host a role with you in the first time you take it on. And thirdly, they've discovered over the years that the confidence gained from performing meeting roles makes giving speeches easier. But these superheroes will be the first to tell you that they aren't superheroes at all. But they know that tackling meeting roles makes them feel like superheroes. And guests come to a full room. And your VPE is relieved. Thank you. Very relieved. I will leave you with 3 action steps this evening. Number 1, sign up today for the meeting on August 25th. The link was sent to you in the chat, and if you've lost it, feel free to reach out and I will send it to you again. Number 2, before the next meeting on September 8th, give some thought to what role you might like to sign up for, so that when we arrive on September 8th, you are ready to dive in and get your name on that list right away. And thirdly, throughout the rest of the year, keep your eyes open because there will be some sign-up challenges, games, and prizes You might never know when they hit. Therefore, you're going to want to make sure you're always signing up for roles early in order to take advantage of them. Mr. Toastmaster.